Okay, today we're going to bypass the temperature sensor. In this case, is on the driver hand side. This is a 4.3 L Vortex engine. On the driver side, underneath, right above the number 5, closer to the number 5 spark plug, you will see this right here. Okay, that's where I'm pointing at. That's the temperature sensor, and the clip looks something like this right here. Actually, I just bypassed it with a resistor. I'm going to explain that in a minute. Okay, the quick and simple is that there's a 5-volt in here. Let me take that out for a second. It's 5-volt. If you measure that, if you take your multimeter, you can measure it. Just put one on the other and put on DC voltage. You should see 5-volt coming out of there. Now, I have bypassed this, just leaving it out. But once the engine hot, I believe it gets to a temperature, I think it'll give a problem, because it needs to recognize that there's actually 5-volt. So the trick is that you have to get a resistor and trick it. But the best thing to do is to go to like Radio Shack or something, or if you have some electronics store around you, what you do is you get a variety of it, because different car, they might have the ohms. That's what they're measuring, the ohms. If lower ohms, the car will not start. Higher ohms, the car will start. But if the car is hot, if things is cold, let's say right now, I'm gonna go over and show you the, and I'll explain a little bit. I'm gonna go over to show you the resistors, and I'm gonna explain a little bit. Okay, so. Okay, I'm at the resistors right now. I have the 177, that's ohms. I have 680. I have the 3.3, 3.9, and 8K. Actually, you need the best one is 1.5. Okay, that's what I've tested so far. Is because to tell the engine that you're idling okay, so it won't suck too much gas. If you leave it at 3.3K, that tells the engine that the engine is cold. Okay, when it's cold, it gives out more voltage. When it's warm, it goes lower and lower and lower. The resistance of it get less. So if you put 680, your car will start, but it's gonna have rough idling. And if you put 177 right here, it won't start at all. Even at like I did it earlier, I believe it's like 400K, and it was having a problem. I believe it's one of these, I'm not sure. I left it somewhere. I don't have it right now. But you get the picture. The higher the resistor, the colder the engine. The lower the resistor, the higher the heat. So heat kills the engine. So this here will affect your engine. If that thermostat is not working correctly, and it's not giving out the right resistors, your engine will die. And let's say if you're driving like right in the middle of the road, and your engine just died, like on a highway or on a road somewhere, and your engine just died, the culprit might be the temperature sensor, and I believe it's P0128, or the other way around, 0128. I'm not too sure on that, but I will leave a link, or even on here right now, for you to see the code. Sorry, my head, it's not on a straight path today. But it's P0128, I believe, or P1028. It's one of those. Anyway, so if your car is actually cold, you can use 3.3 resistors to start it up. But if you want to bypass this until you get another thermostat, I suggest you to put a 1.5. It will give you the rough idling to about 800 RPM. That's a pretty good range right there. If you put a 3.3, the RPM would go to like 1,000, a little bit over 1,000. So if you have a potentiometer, you can actually adjust that. And there's actually a video on that. I'm not sure where I found it. Maybe I'll link in there in the description if I find it again. But if you have a potentiometer, you can actually adjust this here. Lower resistant will shut off the car. Higher resistant will turn on your idling speed. So if you want it to like turn on like 2,000 RPM or whatever, you can just turn on like sort of like a volume. Just in case anybody doesn't know what a potentiometer is, it's one of those things that it's like a volume on your radio. Turn the volume high on and off. But anyway, in this case, if you can, I would suggest either 1.5 or 2K. Okay, 2K, you're probably gonna go to about 900 RPM, but that's depend on the car. But get a variety package and then test it out. Okay, so that way you will find your exact a measurement. So that way you know exactly what your car needs, because some actually lower, some actually higher. So it all depends. I'm not sure, but remember, this is specifically for this one. But if you want to be safe, put 1.5, 2, 2.5 or 3 in there, and you can see the idling differently. That's in K, okay? You can try it in ohms, but it will shut off your engine if you go really low. I even tried it at 1,000. It was a rough idling. So 1.5, it would tick 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 tick, and it'll go up. So I put a 3 in, and it started up right away, because it's giving your engine the enough fuel, because it knows, it thinks that your engine is cold, so it pumps up extra fuel so you can start your engine correctly. But if you want to bypass this for the rest of his life, you can do it. But your fuel consumption might be a little bit different, and I would use it just to bypass it in case people, so you can hunt for a thermostat, because I can see a thermostat for $6. Some was actually like in China or something, from somewhere it's like $2. And then if I get that from the manufacturer, I saw it for like the stupid thermostat is like $68. What the hell? I can get it for like $6. But that's the OEM. It's like $68 for this car. Anyway, $68. I can go to Radio Shack and get this thing for $2 and $1.99 for little packages, like a resistor of different packages, and I can just stick it in there for now until I hunt my thing. So this will be good for you to save a little bit money while you're hunting. So I'm gonna try the car, and I'm gonna put different resistors in, and then you're gonna see. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, this is the 177. Okay, I just put it in the 177. I don't even have to turn on the car. You notice, see that? The temperature? It is at 210 right now. And I'm probably gonna have an issue starting this car. I'm gonna test it right now. See, it ran. But look at it. See how low that is? And the temperature is 210. But if you saw the picture, I took the sensor out. Okay. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna shut the engine down. I'm gonna leave this here. Actually, I'm just gonna go with it. This is a quick test anyway. Take that out. Okay. I'm gonna get the other resistor. This is coming here. Is a 1.5. Make sure it's in correctly. It's a little thin on this one. I don't like these resistors. Cheap ass resistors. Okay. Let's go back in the car. And you noticed, let's see. Turn on the key. And see the temperature gauge. And it starts right up right away. But look at the ohm meter. Look at the RPM now. Sorry, not the ohm meter, RPM. It's at about 900. Okay. Let's go back. And it's a little rough. I believe that's 1.5. I'm gonna put a 1K. I'm not sure that one is, but I believe it's a 1.5. I'm gonna put this here. This one was perfect. I believe it's the 1.5 is the perfect one. Okay, that's to put in it there. Let's go back again. Now you see it went up a little bit. It's above 100. Now let's start the car. Now that's a little lower. So this is the 1K. And that's perfect idling right there at 800. So 1K. Okay. Now I was thinking that the operating temperature is a-okay, which is not, but now I'm gonna try one more time. I am gonna try 3K. This is 3K. And you will smell the gas rich, meaning it's not burned correctly because we're fooling the engine. Okay, this is at 3K. Actually, sorry, 3.3. Okay, let's get back. Right away, You see that? It's high. That means the operating temperature right now, it should be at the operating temperature. And you saw the idling's a little rough now. It's a little lower. I'm not sure that that is 3.3. Sorry. I have to redo it again. Because this is a little lower, so I don't have my meter here. So I'm gonna shut off the engine. Because that's a little low. That might be 680. Let me go get my... Yeah, that was right. Sorry, that's 680. Sorry, that's 680. This is the 3.3 right here. I was right. This is actually low. I'm not gonna use that. It was having a tough time starting. So now I'm gonna put 3 in. And mind you, this is 3, okay? Actually, sorry, 3.3. Okay, let's start it again. And right away, you can tell the temperature went down. And it started right up right away. But you don't want that, because the reason why is that it thinks that the engine is cold, so it's pumping out a lot of gas. And look at it, it's at 1000 RPM, which is not good. Okay, and that's why I suggest 1.5 or 2. For this case, for this car here, I'm gonna put the 1.5 back again. $3K will start your engine right away. It's because it's putting out a lot of gas for you. So if you're stuck on the road, literally, I have to get a paper clip. Now that's 1.5. Oh, I left my keys. Hang on. Okay, I got my keys. And right away, just a little bit, see that? It went like right above the 100. Now let's start the engine. Start right away. And the idling is under. Right there, that's perfect idling right there. About 8 to 9. So 1.5 for this here is 1.5. That's my recommendation. Anyway, I'm gonna pause this video again, and we're gonna go to the next. Okay, this is the last steps. If you don't have the resistors, you can actually bypass it with a paper clip. Okay, cut the paper clip in half, insert it in there just like that right there, just like I did right there. Okay, I don't recommend this steps because it'll keep your idler too high. Once it reaches temperature, it will know, but it will spit out like a lot, but it will start your car up right away. And I'm going to show you right now. Look at the meter. Okay. Now let's turn it on. Starts right up right away. But look at the temperature gauge. It's not jumping up. It thinks that the engine's cold, although I've been starting this car for like, I don't know, 15 minutes off and on, so it should be hot by now. But like I said, you just fool the engine. So you can run with a paper clip, although I don't recommend it, but you can run it with paper clip until you get your sensor, your temperature sensor, your coolant temperature sensor, I would say. I want to correct that so people won't say crap to me. See? Starts right away. It's because it gets its voltage. Once it gets a little bit, but it starts high, if you noticed. Because it thinks the temperature is up. Actually, cold. It's up higher with the resistance, but it thinks that the temperature is cold. Because a lower resistance, the 5 voltage won't pass by, and that's the case. And this is the perfect case here. Right now it's running, idling okay. You want it around there. Well, for me, I wanted like about 800, just like the 1.5. The 1.5 was perfect. So if you have a resistor, 1.5. You don't have a resistors, you will need a paper clip. Okay? I'm going to end this video because that's all you needed to learn.